Welcome back for another book review. We are just burning through these ones, but they're so convenient because they're so small. So here we are for the last of the ones that I currently have gotten from the library in the Teen Witch's Guide to series. This one is Manifesting by Claire Phillip. So, just a spoiler, I have the same feelings for this one as her other book. It got worse, so yay. So this book is not at all what the title says. Not even a little bit. So it is not about manifesting. This is about, like, half the book-ish, even maybe a little more than half, is about mindfulness and meditation, and sort of describing what that is. And then it's just spells at the end, not like manifesting, just a collection of random spells. I gave this a 2. Because again, I reserve the ones for the worst. It's not the worst, but it's also just like really bad. So I don't know what Claire's problem is with writing. But again, the other book in the series written by someone else, I think her name is pronounced Xana, because again, it's an X, but I'm assuming it's pronounced like a Z. That book, phenomenal. This book, Claire doesn't know how to write. So first of all, again, we make it so far. Publication page. So again, we have adapted from other books. This time it's multiple title adapted from The Essential Book of Mindfulness by Wendy Hobson, Ultimate Book of Spells by Pamela Ball. She loves to take from Pamela Ball because the other one is also by her and it's Spells for Mindfulness. I don't know why Claire can't write her own stuff. This is not a big book. And again, it's huge font. I also did notice that the illustrator, I think honestly, is getting lazy, and or the editor and publication house, whoever is in charge, lazy. There are so many repeats in this. The images are like, sometimes you get some new ones, but there's a lot that have been the same, like book to book. Like these, that's been another ones. This has been another ones. So it's kind of like they just had this illustrator create a variety of different images and then they're just using them throughout all of the series. I don't know. It's really weird and just kind of lazy. The spells, I swear, I don't have the book anymore. I returned it to the library so I can't confirm, but I swear some of these spells were literal repeats from her other book, that it's like, this has nothing to do with manifesting at all. And so it's just a random collection of spells at the end, had nothing to do with manifesting at all. And again, with the random inclusion of stuff that really doesn't apply to whatever the supposed age group is supposed to be, because again, Claire doesn't write for the audience. I don't know who she's writing to. I don't know. But I don't know that a lot of teenagers are going to need this book. There's a lot of stuff that does not apply. There's a lot of stuff that's kind of sketchy at best. And one of the things is that it's like got a spell for like reducing debt. And it's like, is your teenager actually in debt, or is it the parent's problem or the caretaker's problem? Because like reality, most teenagers cannot start their own debt because they're a teenager. They are a child legally. So the odds are pretty small that a teenager is gonna have debt. You know, that's just not a thing. That's the parent's problem. And it might affect the teenager, but like that again brings into the world of consent of like, does the teenager actually know the debt situation? Like in a Montessori family, probably, because it's part of your weekly meetings. But the average family, no. Most teenagers are not going to be very involved in the finances of their home. And again, I don't think a teenager is going to have a bunch of debt themselves. It's just, I don't know who the audience is for. Sometimes it's written as if they're talking to like a little, like maybe a tween, like barely hitting teenage years where you're still like, you're kind of really still a kid. And honestly, once you get like 25, 30, you look at 15-year-olds and you're like, you're a literal child. Wow, like kids. But when you're 15, you don't feel like a child because you're comparing yourself to like a 5-year-old. But anyways, I don't know who she's writing to because again, tweens, no. Teenagers, still no. Adults, probably not. I don't know who she's planning to write to, but all of it is just awful. So I don't know who I would recommend this to. I feel like maybe adults who are into mindfulness and meditation, but are wanting it described in like a child-ish setup. Because again, not a lot of words per page, lots of pictures. This is not a normal sized book. This is smaller than the average book. So it's not a lot of information in here. I don't know, I would not get this in my repertoire for my future kids. This is not a book I would be buying for them. To be perfectly honest, the classics are probably your best bet. I'm feeling like Silver Ravenwolf is like the queen of the teen witch. This, no. Claire needs to stop these books. And I've realized they've been out, I don't know, it said 23, so maybe a couple years? Yeah, a couple years. She needs to write her own books. That would be a first thing. Adapted from other books is kind of lazy, if we're being honest. And not even your own books, like other people. So, I don't know, I don't like Claire. The rest of the series, if it's not by her, I think might be good. Again, the other one I read that was just spells by, again, Xana, her book was amazing. I'm planning to buy multiple copies, have them ready for my kids that I don't even have yet, because it's so good. This, no. This just, both of her books were just hard pass. So anyways, I would love to know your thoughts on this in the comments down below. If you've read others in this series, because there are quite a few. Each of the backs has a little bit of info. Also, I haven't mentioned, there's also no conclusion, there's no sources, there's no nothing, so just, you know, the usual fun anyways. But the other books in the series are spells, which I've talked about, crystals, astrology, palm reading, divination, and we've talked about the spells and charms, tarot. So there's a decent amount in this series. I've currently read 3. I plan to read the other ones if they have them at the library, because again, some of these that's why I love the library, because I would not feel great having bought this if I had to have gone and bought it. But the other one, I'm gonna buy multiple copies, so. Anyways, I would love to know if you've read any of those, if you loved them, in the comments down below. A huge thank you to my patrons. If you would like to support me and get access to exclusive content, I've got my audiobooks, I have my monthly check-ins, and I've got other book talks. I have my witching weekly, hopefully starting. If the world could stop being chaos for a second, would be great. Trying though. And then also I have got my vlogs and just random chit chats. So if you want to check it out, patreon.com/nightwillowcrafts. If you would like to buy my books, they are linked down below. And of course, thank you for making it to the very end. It means the absolute world to me. You are helping more than you know. Because again, still, this is the reigning supreme of where I make money so that I can eventually buy the ability to have my kids. So thank you for watching to the end and contributing to that journey. And until next time, blessed be.